Oh my goodness. It has been such a long day. But I would like to say that, well, I don't know what I am. I was thinking, I was going to say I was legitimately angry, but that's maybe frustrated is the right thing. But I'm frustrated for a good reason, maybe? Okay, so somebody, Tim Holton, I believe, wrote me and was talking about the WR watches. It's these basically sort of repop homage versions made in China by the WR watches, or Rectangular in this case. They have like five, if you go to their website, which is wrwatches.com, they have like 5 pages of watches, most of which, almost all of which, are copies of Seikos, modern and vintage. And so they were under $200 shipped. So I ordered one. This is the Rdunae Vintage Turtle 6105 8000. And for the price, I started looking at them, and from what I saw of the case, I was like, okay, I've got to see one of these. I have to see one of these. So I think total with shipping, it was $200 flat. It just showed it today. Incredibly fast shipping. Also, well, I don't know. I haven't organized my thoughts because I'm so sort of like, holy crap about it. Okay. The reason I'm frustrated and annoyed is not at Rdunae or anything else like that, or this company, any of that stuff. I'm annoyed at Seiko because this company has managed to do something that Seiko seems to be either incapable of or unwilling to do, which is to produce a decent reimagining of a vintage design. They got the things that needed to be right. They left the other elements. I just, it blows my mind. Like, there's so much stuff that Seiko gets wrong, but like, I mean, obviously, this company, WR Watches, took some liberties. There are some changes. Obviously, they have their own logo here. This is similar to the original text, but it's different. They put a red text in here, which is kind of fine. But the handset is a very, very good modern approximation of the original. They even went and got a long sweep hand, which, as far as I knew, nobody made. And there it is. There's a long sweep. The dial is significantly three-dimensional. These markers stand very proud of the dial surface. The dial surface has the right eggshell pebble, matte black. The alignment of chapter ring markings and the bezel are perfect. Perfect. The finishing of the case, they did an excellent job. It's a little finer than what Seiko would have had when new, but they still did a nice job, and it has a nice hatchy look to it with sharp case lines, absolutely flat. And a screw down case back with recessed etching that's filled with black paint. It came on this Rdunae strap. Actually, and I'm really impressed with the quality of this Tropic strap. It's thick here, but then it's thin. It's quite flexible. It's got a nice big fat keeper, which I dig. It's just nicely made. The watch itself, it's like, well, I mean, here. Darn it. There's an original, okay? There's an original. I mean, if you're standing back a few feet, you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference. I think the biggest sort of tell, well, obviously, is the red dial text and the red pip on the sweep. Is, as always, is the insert. It has sort of a flat look to it, like it's painted, rather than the deep anodization of the original. The markers are not totally flat. They're mostly flat, but I mean, it's nice that they stand up tall. If they were if these were done in a satin, if instead of bright chrome it was done in satin, um, that might actually make it look a little neater because it would flatten out the look of the metal. Ditto with this, and I have dull coat, and maybe I'll go in and I'll do that. But for all of my complaining about the insert, I don't know that you can see this. It actually, they have a tiny little bevel on the inside edge, and the tip of the triangle goes over that bevel. It's to a much lesser degree than the original would have been, but it's still there, and that's a detail that almost no one gets right. It's got a high degree of functionality. Basically, it looks, at a glance, it looks very similar to the original, but it has all the modern conveniences. It has a screw-down crown, so you screw it down, there it is, your screw-down crown. It has a hacking NH35, hacking and hand winding. It has a 120 click unidirectional bezel with nice action. It's nice and silky. This is what I meant to do for that bezel, though perhaps this isn't very fair. This is a genuine NOS, never used, genuine 6105 8000 bezel, complete and original. So you can see that the pip's a little smaller, the text is a little thicker, and this has this bright metallic deep shine, whereas this is, even in like this, you'll notice when I get it away from the reflection it goes dark, right? This one is just, it's silver painted, that's what it looks like. Also, the edge inside here kind of curves over a little bit versus being really flat and matte like this, where it goes in. But if you look at the surface of the pip, it is correct in the sense that it's an applied plastic pip that's completely flat with the surface, which is really great. They got the basically all the case proportions are correct. I mean, this is a new old stock genuine 6105. That's not bad. That really isn't. I mean, the rest of this, I mean, they got the inside dimensions of the case are the same. Look, and they even have a lot of these details, like how the crown tube looks right there. It's got a flatter case back, of course, because it is a different style movement, but it's just, it blows my mind that this is something that Seiko seems to be incapable of doing. Incapable. I mean, it drives me crazy. Yes, obviously things could be better. You could have a little bit, more serious anodization on the insert, but for $200 delivered. Oh, and it came with tools too. It came with a set of spring bars. It came with a spring bar tool. It came with this beautiful strap that I really like. Solid stainless steel case, beautifully machined. All the modern conveniences of a modern watch. This nice box and everything that it came with. Guarantee stuff. Came with a VIP card. I have no idea what the VIP card is all about. It has a full box. A full set of instructions. What this does, it's kind of it's like Seiko's Arnie reissue, which is one of the few Seiko reissues that I'm 100% behind. This fulfills the promise of what this watch was originally, which is a relatively inexpensive watch that you can put on and wear without worry. You could put this watch on 200 meters resistance. Go surfing with it. Heck, man, wear it every single darn day. I also have to say, I put in my order, and I got an email almost immediately from a gentleman by the name of Kok Wai, And he wrote me to thank me personally for my order, and he followed up with me numerous times to make sure everything was cool. Um, and I got this order in, I think, 3 days from China. Oh, it's a sapphire crystal with AR, by the way. You can see the blue glow on it. I mean, if you're looking, I mean, this is a good watch with the classic Seiko styling that is within the price reach of darn near everybody. And it's just, it makes me want to stomp over to Seiko headquarters and jam this down someone's throat. Because a Chinese company seems to have a better understanding and a deeper commitment to replicating Seiko's historical designs than Seiko themselves do. I mean, that's my opinion. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please feel free to tell me I'm wrong. But I'm just like, it just makes me shake with frustration. Seiko should have made this. Seiko should have done this. But they didn't. So, WR watches and all of their stuff, and not only with their material and the way they produce their stuff, but with the extras that came with it, as well as the customer service, the quick shipping, and the price point. I tell you, and it could very well be. I mean, I originally got this thinking that I was going to see if I could, because you can drop, with some work, you can put a 6000 series movement into a 7000 series case. This is a NH movement, which is a 7000 series movement, which means one could, in theory, put a 6105 into this, maybe. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, why would I do that? That would be stepping backwards. So this is almost, in a way, in terms of aesthetics, it's Sua. Internally, it's Seiko, it's Rdunae. It's a 7000 series. It's almost like the perfected marriage of Rdunae and Seiko. Rdunae and Sua, sorry. Smooth screw down action, by the way. It's a great watch. They did a great job. I mean, if they tried to really get like real serious money for it, then maybe not. But I mean, for $200, are you kidding me? And they have 5 pages of watches. I haven't obviously looked at them all. This is the first one I've looked at, but superlative. For the cost, their execution is excellent. It's just amazing. So anyway, very positive experience. I will look at the numbers probably tomorrow because I want to go upstairs and have dessert and everything and hang out with the family. But I tell you, I'm pretty excited about this. All right, well, thank you for taking time to watch this unprepared, unrehearsed video. Pretty wacky. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to see. Okay, yeah, 19 millimeters. The case on the new one is ever so slightly thicker. You can see the case is just slightly more imposing, but unlike Seiko's reissues, it's not like this big, huge, tall thing. They preserved the dimensions in terms of the overall thickness. They did a great job. They did a great job. So I have to thank WR Watches and Kakwai for providing this. And it's something that I'm very happy to have, and I will wear that with pride. The only thing I might do is I might satin finish the tops of the markers. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to leave it alone for now. Just see how it does. Okay, thank you very much.